Okay, it says I'm live and nobody's here yet. So if you're watching on YouTube, just scrub forward until something starts happening. I'm going to use spray inks and just other stuff to make some washi tape and use up some scraps I have around here. So, hi, Belinda. All right, we got people coming now. So we'll chat for a few minutes and then we'll get busy doing something hopefully fun. Fun for me. I'm not sure if it'll be fun to watch, but that's not part of the equation. Hi, Joan. Dorothy got good news, Joan. So I was really happy about that. I've been praying my head off for Dorothy. So, yeah, good news is always welcome. Hi, Sharon. So, yeah, we'll just play with some stuff today. And I did some more in the swatch book. I'm so excited to show you. Hi, Lisa. So, yeah, we'll see what we do. Yep. We'll just give people a chance to get in here. Hi, Linda. Give Tim a hug. Hi, Dee Dee. I know, right, Joan? Yeah, I was tickled when I saw that this morning. Hi, Christina. Oh, now it's really moving. Hi, Teresa. Lisa Welch. Hey, Bossy Butt. Our path to relax. Hi, you were at Dee Dee's this morning. Maria, that's right. Okay, so welcome. I'm glad you could come and join us. Hi, Tina from Sweden. All right. All right. Well, a bunch of you jumping in here. So let me pull out the stampage box that I started last week. And then I finished when I got some time later in the day. And I'm going to ask you guys if I should just leave it exactly like it is, or if I should beat it up a little bit more. But yeah, this is the box, and I'm really happy with it. I think it turned out really good with all the old stampage. But I was thinking about distressing it further. But I'm going to let you guys decide. Hopefully today will be a more quiet day. It's kind of chilly here. You're Brazilian, but you live in the south of France. Holy crap. Awesome for you. Hey, Starla. So yeah, I'm really happy with the way it turned out. And then I was thinking about putting compartments in it, but for now, all I did was just dump all my duplicates. These are all duplicates, not in my stamp book. So yeah, and it's pretty full. So it's not like, I don't know. Did I say hi to you, Kat? Hi, Kat. So yeah. And then I did have to put some soap on the edges here so that I can open and close it easy, because of the matte medium, it was kind of sticky. So I just thought, I'll just run some soap over it. And you can't really tell that much, but yeah, the edges look a little weird. That's why, because yeah, had to make it easy to open and close. But I got out some stuff to use on the washi tape that I'm going to be making here in a little while. And I thought, I could distress up this box a little bit more, adding some black ink circles or splatters, or should I just leave it like it is and just say the postage cancellation is enough? Hi, Ellen. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. Now I want to start covering everything. I got another wooden box that I keep like medium-sized stencils in, and I dug it out this weekend and I'll show you why in a minute. You like it like it is? Yeah. And it's a raw wood box, but it's got a Coca-Cola logo burned into it. And I thought, now I want to cover this box. I don't know what I want to cover it with, but maybe the washi tape that I make today. I don't know, but it's just like, now I want to cover everything. Yeah, I just want to cover everything. So, but yeah, it came out pretty good. And I'm lucky that I had all this. And somebody had mentioned, you know, whether or not these stamps had any value. And they really don't. If you buy some of the stamps that you can get at Hobby Lobby, or I'm sure you can even order off of Amazon, just canceled postage from all over the world, these stamps will be in it. They're really of no value to speak of. I mean, maybe I would come across one or something, but not worth even messing with, I don't think. And this is worth far more to me than the value of any of the stamps. So that's kind of how I feel about it. So, all right, Belinda says leave it as it is. Okay, then it's staying as it is. But yeah, my little postage box. So, and if you think because it's full that I'm going to quit collecting, I'm not. I will collect a postage stamp. In fact, I've got two Happy Mails here. Let's just look at them. I won't show the addresses, but I got one from Dee Dee Willingham. She sent me, move the little box over there for just a minute. And she told me she was going to send it, or she said it on stream. Well, actually, let me be real honest here. You would distress the edges a bit more. Okay. Hi, Ambient Landscapes. But anyway, when she showed this out of her new sticker book, I said, can I have it? And she was good enough to send it to me. And you guys, I've been collecting up a bunch of monkeys. I'm going to do a whole monkey journal. That's how many monkeys I have. I could fill up an entire journal. So he's going to go in, and I probably will put underneath it Devin or Bossy Butt. So is Ambient Landscapes Laura? I do try and know people's names, but yeah. But anyway, this is the big boss. So I probably will work on the monkey journal maybe after I get Scabby a little bit more done. And then she was kind enough to cut me out some of the, these are from Tandy, right? That Tandy book you showed, Dee Dee? You're Atlanta. Oh, okay. Who's Laura? There is, oh, Laura Jersey Crafts. Okay, I know Laura. All right. Yeah, so I'll have to fussy cut them out because they are really cute. And thank you, Dee Dee. And Dee Dee, just so you know, just because I barge right in and say, can I have it? Kind of like Artie Dar used to do. You don't always have to say yes. You can say, no, it's my monkey. I'm keeping it. And then the thing I just dropped, the Post-it note, I don't know why. I save them all. Yeah, oops, I just let everybody's, well, Dee Dee had her post office box. So anyway, that'll end up in the Scabby, I think. And Dee Dee uses a lot of tape on her envelopes. That is a duplicate, I already know. So that goes right in there, just like that. Don't have to deal with it later. So thank you, Dee Dee. Thank you, thank you. And you can say no to me, but please don't. And then I got a little envelope from Bossy Butt. And I watched her make these. She did it on stream. And that's Devin Rex for Art. Streams every other Wednesday, the first and the third Wednesday. And Kiss You Under the Mistletoe. I wouldn't kiss you under anesthetic. So this will go in my snark book, which I'm going to revamp at some point, but probably not. I've got enough projects going for a while, but yeah, this will go in the snark book. But thank you, Devin. I love it. I wouldn't kiss you under anesthetic, man. And then all my international stamps I kept separate because I don't necessarily save them. But this, I might just put it in this box. Postage. Look at that. I'm so organized now. So thanks, Dee Dee and Bossy. And that was all the Happy Mail this week. And I'm going to read out of the sarcasm book first, and then I'll show you the rest of this stuff. Oops. A washi thing. I can't believe that. This is from Keeks. Keeks sent me this book. I think this. All right, we're going to start with baby stroller. Difficult to distinguish from a small armored vehicle, the modern stroller is apparently designed to make sure your child can survive a sudden and unexpected encounter with a herd of charging wildebeest. Of course, should such a thing occur, by the time you unclasp the 9 different clips holding your little one in the stroller seat, disengage the stroller canopy, knock back the stroller umbrella attachment, and unzip the stroller netting, you yourself will be horribly maimed by the unfortunate wildebeest onslaught. But in your own way, you will have protected your child, which, ironically, was the reason you bought the stroller in the first place. Baggage. After around 3 months of passionate sex and feeling giddy with new love, a couple begins to realize that they are now in an honest-to-God relationship. At this stage, baggage is something you slowly start to realize your new boyfriend or girlfriend has got up the wazoo. Baggage carousel. This is what you have to buy after you get in a new relationship. Anyway. A whirring contraption on which you keep seeing the same suitcase, which looks like yours, but is actually someone else's, go by 30 times, and yet every single time it comes around again, you still think it's yours for just a second or two. This is a phenomenon brought about by the insane hope that the airline has not lost your luggage. I've been there, done that, man, so many times. And actually, when I was on a business trip to New Jersey, years ago, they did lose my luggage. And I always got in late on a Sunday evening, and I traveled in just travel clothes, nothing. Well, after that, I learned you need to have a carry-on that has certain things in it. Now, I will say that the airline was very good about giving me some toiletries and stuff like that. But I had to go to work in my sweatpants. Who cares? Baggage handler. We'll read this page. A person paid not to care if he or she breaks all your stuff. Ball. Something you have to, however begrudgingly, give telemarketers credit for. Band. A group formed half-heartedly in high school in the hope of meeting girls, starting out with mastering the opening guitar riff with Smoke on the Water and progressing to 2-hour rehearsals in the drummer's parents' garage. The group of acne-ridden misfits eventually specializes in anemic covers of Led Zeppelin, Nirvana, and Aerosmith. Much discussion goes into their name, which suggestions range from Bilbo's hat to frothing mongoose. At last, the band plays one high school dance where their amp blows 20 minutes into the set. They summarily break up, although one of them keeps threatening to get everybody back together again to watch their ill-fated debut, documented on VHS that night by some geek from the AV Club. Hey, View. Bank. A place to enjoy waiting in line when you can't make it to the post office. That's not true anymore. People don't go to the bank, do they? Do people really go to the bank? Bankrupt. I drive by mine a lot, but I never go in. Bankrupt, a state of financial destitution, also a morally bankrupt person, which ironically usually describes someone who never actually experiences being literally bankrupt because being greedy, egotistical a-hole usually keeps you well out of the red. So that's as much as sarcasm as we can take for one day. But I have to say, I love this book. Almost as much as I love Instagram Reels. Hi, Lucretia. I hope I didn't miss anybody coming in. I probably did. Hi, Missy. I'm just going back a little way to see if I've missed anybody. I probably did. Did I say hi, CB? Crazy CB. All right, I think I've scrolled back. All right, and then what else have I done this week? After I finished the postage box the other day, I'm not sure what made me decide to do this, but I decided to go ahead and expand my swatch book. Look at how nice it looks. I'm going to pull the camera up a little bit so you guys can see what a fat boy it's getting to be. And I added a new section for stencils because, oh, I know why I decided to do it, because I had bought those new lettering stencils, which I showed you guys last week, which I absolutely love them. Love them. I don't know where they are right now, but I love them. So I went ahead and dug out all my lettering stencils and I did it by size, smallest to largest. Look at this. And then I wrote down where to find them because I don't keep them all together because they're all different sizes. And the small ones I keep here close to my desk. I use them most. And then, of course, the bigger ones have to be in another location because I can't keep them in here. But then, because the ink was, and I can't show you because I covered it, some of the ink was bleeding through on the back, and I hated that. I just hated the way it looked. So I thought, well, I have a bunch of these stencils that I keep here at my desk that I use commonly. They're small design, use quickly, put away. You know, you don't have to go digging through all your stencils. So I did my desk stencils on the back. So look at how awesome this is. Oh, and Dee Dee, I did find the brass stencils. Hi, Jessica. Isn't this fun? And it didn't really take too very long. And what would I have been doing otherwise? You know, probably just sitting around doing nothing. Let me move it up a little bit so you can see the whole page. And some of these stencils, and I've had them forever, I had never actually used. So they may never get used again, but for right now, they're kind of fun. And if I want to find them, I know where they're at. I love this so much. Probably not as much as I love the watercolor section in here, but I do love it. It's a big section, you guys. Look at this. And I don't know, I was thinking I would do something on this side of the page, but I haven't decided yet. But it was fun to get out all my stuff and play with it. Not that I created anything useful. Well, actually, this is very useful. And I have a stencil of a ruler. So, just so you know. Does anybody else have so many lettering stencils as me? Thanks, Sharon. Okay, just checking chat. And I made a page for 1.5, but it turns out I didn't have any 1.5-inch stencils. But yeah, on these big pages, the ink went through pretty bad, so I had to do something. You have a few? I buy all of them. All of them. But when I want to do something cool with them, and then I just, I had a couple of bigger stencils that I just thought, just do the whole page and get done with this. You have too much time on my hands. Well, what else am I going to do, CB? I love this stencil. I think Dee Dee sent me that. I think maybe Xander sent it to her or something. I don't know. But yeah, I think Dee Dee sent me that. And I love this one. I think this is a Dilution stencil. And then this is how I just made myself a jig for the pages where there were 6 up. So yeah, that's how I did that so quickly. And I still got this much of the book left. So, and Arlene told me I need to put my embossing folders, sample of my embossing folders, and I don't have very many, so I may think about that on down the line. But look at my book. I love it so much. I really love it so much. Yep. Yeah, and then this was what I actually stenciled, so you can see the edges, how they, yeah. So, yeah. So it didn't take as long as you might think. And I didn't have to cut up the pages or anything. It was all just one page that I could just slap down and be done. Thanks, Joan. It was fun. I liked it very much. It's going to be the most complete, awesome swatch book on the planet. And y'all can say you knew me. I think it's going to be very useful, Tina. I think it really will, especially for the lettering, because I do use lettering stencils frequently, and usually I just have to flip through them, and that's very annoying to me. So now I can just go there and, you know, make sure that they're gonna work. You have 2 3-ring inventory binder. Yeah, see, do you use it a lot? Just DEA, just DIA. I honestly think I will use that. If I don't, I'll be the first to say, boy, that was a big old waste of time. And then because I was doing that, I obviously wasn't doing Scabby, but I had started the page already. So I just went ahead and slapped some postage on it. So this is my postage page for Scabby. And the border on it is washi tape. So once your swatch book is done, does that mean you can't buy more supplies? Did you go retarded, Devin? Can't buy more supplies? Are you kidding? That's the dumbest thing ever. I know Dee Dee. And if Dee Dee has it, I'm going to buy it, except I'm not going to buy that sticker book. I swear to God, I am not buying another sticker book until I use some of the stickers I already own. I'm so mad at myself. So, yeah, so I just used the ones that had the U.S. flag on it. Hi, Dorothy. Good news, Dorothy. And I think on this page, I'm not sure what I'm going to do, because when I was flipping through it, I just did this and threw it in there. But I think I'm going to do white Zentangle in the back. But I realized when you flip over the page, it looks like you're seeing, well, you are seeing the circles from this page on this page. But I didn't put them in order of where they came out. I just did it randomly. So I think I'm going to do Zentangle in the background, white Zentangle on the black. And then on the circles in here where it's black, I'll do the same Zentangle. So it looks like, yeah, you know what I'm talking about? Hi, Laverne. And yeah, I did actually 2 pages of this because I had so much of it. I think it'll look cool too. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So that's the only thing I got done in Scabby. The only thing. But I'm going to get back to it. And I'm almost getting close to 50 done, I think. So by the time the deadline hits, which I'll go ahead and keep working on it throughout the year, but by the time the deadline hits, I'll probably have about half done. And other than that, I didn't order anything. I haven't had any deliveries. Yeah, because I was busy swatching stencils. But part of the deal with that stencils is I was doing the decorative stencils, not the lettering stencils. I did those individually on the page. But on the other ones where I showed you that I cut out that jig and used it, I ended up with a ton. Look at all this. Washi sticker paper leftovers. And you guys, I'm such a cheapskate. I swear to God. I'm such a cheapskate. I just didn't want to throw this away. I thought, oh, someday I'll use it. Like everything else in our life, right? Put it away. You'll use it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then you'll forget where it is. So I've left this out. And I got thinking, why don't I just turn it into washi tape? Right? So this is all the leftover washi paper. There's quite a bit of it. And I thought, why don't I get out my spray inks, do something really quick. I don't want to spend a lot of time doing it. It'll end up turning into a lot of time because everything I do does. I don't know why. But I have a spray box here. And so I just did these right before stream to kind of show you what my idea is. Like here's one of the pieces. And then after I get some background color on it, I can, and I'm going to do this. I'm going to take all these out because they're dry now. Okay. So I have that much red, pink, yellow, whatever, washi. I've set that over here. And I just have paper towels down there that, yeah. And I hope this is all right side up. Wouldn't it be a pain in the butt if I spray the wrong side of the paper? Well, and actually, the reason I think like that is because that's something I would do. But this washi paper that I got in the last order has kind of a shiny side and a dull side, and it's the shiny side that is up. I'm done, but what trivia page? What is trivia page and spring? Okay, Tina from Sweden. In fact, I thought that was another thing I should do on stream. Spring is however you want to interpret that. It could be like a spring out of a pen. You could draw it. You could include it. You could use it as a journal jewelry. Or when I put it down there, I was thinking about midway through the scabby. I think everybody is just so dang ready for spring, the season. That my intent was the season when daffodils start blooming and geese start mating. And a reason I think that is because the geese are mating and they never shut up. Anyway, trivia page is, did you ever play the game Trivial Pursuit, where they just ask you random questions that, if you're halfway paying attention, you might know the answer to? So yeah, it's just like trivia. Who won? Oh, I know, I have a good one because it was in the news yesterday. Trivia might be, who won the 2026 gold medal hockey? So yeah. And I would only know that because it happened yesterday and it was so much fun. I didn't watch the game, but I saw the aftermath, and oh, that was so exciting. I've never watched a hockey game in my life ever, but I have to say, watching those young men, well, I think some of them didn't look that young, to be honest. Some of them had beards with gray in it. Cat knows, CB. I've done it. I just can't remember how to tell you. But you go to community interaction or something, and then you can turn off those stupid crowns. But anyway, yeah, hockey isn't big in the U.S. It's just not. And so I didn't even know the game was on, and I don't turn on the TV during the day anyway. But honestly, to watch those young guys win, I think I would have turned on a crazy hockey game and cheered for them. But I didn't even know it was on. But the aftermath, watching them celebrate, and that young guy who got his teeth knocked out, and they were interviewing him, he says, "Oh, I'm from the U.S. We got great surgeons. I'll get it taken care of." It was like nothing to him. I would be devastated if my teeth had just been knocked out. Yeah, my son has season tickets to the Avalanche in Colorado. He loves the hockey games. I just, I don't know. And what amazes me more is their ability to skate and then beat the hell out of each other while they're skating. Yeah, it was just fun. And I swear to God, I can't imagine anybody who wouldn't just observe that and just feel so happy for them. I mean, I didn't do anything, but I have to say it was such a good feeling just seeing those guys who obviously have busted their butt for years, probably been beaten up more times than they care to admit. I'm just like, who can't love that? All right, you guys, all my spray inks are back here behind. So hopefully I won't be able to see chat, but I'm going to pick out some colors. Let's see. Let's do the next ones. I'm going to use some of the Seth Apter Eyes inks. And I think these are, somebody can correct me in chat if I'm wrong, but I think when these are dry, they're supposed to be permanent. But I could be absolutely crazy. So let's use blue and yellow. And hopefully they'll spray. If they don't, you'll hear a lot of frustration. Okay. Oh, that's pretty. Yeah, the Eyes inks spray good. And you got to wash their little noses. So, but it was just a fun thing. Now we'll go on and back to normal. Everybody hates everything. Blah, blah, blah. And then the next one is, it's got so many languages on here, I don't see. Oh, okay, it's down there. The next color is Sunflower. The Eyes inks never clog. Not sure if they are permanent though. Okay, yeah, I have to say I've been pretty happy with them. I haven't used them that much. Okay, now I'm going to set that aside. That's got some pretty green in it. That's the nice thing about like spray inks. They mix so beautifully. Well, we're going to find out, Bossy. I'm going to set this aside now. And it's just a cardboard box, the bottom of a cardboard box that I spray into so I don't have to clean up the mess. Because I don't like cleaning up the mess. And I just shove it under the bed in the kids' room. And then when I need it again, it's sitting there waiting. But then I thought after, and that's why I did a set ahead, so I could take these out. And you guys, I hate this silicone mat that I bought to craft on. It's too smushy. It gives too much. I can't write on it. Yeah, it just annoys the heck out of me. So I'm going to be searching for something different because I'm really not liking this. And that was leftover from that one. I might leave just like that. But I got out some, let's see, what all did I get out? I've got some circles. These are just stuff that I cabbaged onto somewhere. Some black ink. What else did I get out? I got out some gold. No, but I think if I'm going to splatter or anything like that, I'll do it in the box. But everything else I'll do on this and try and catch some of the mess. But yeah, so I was thinking, okay, I can do splatterage and I can do stampage, because I got these cool stamps from last week that I have not used yet because I was busy doing stencilage. So we're going to open up these bad boys. And stamp us some. It's got sewing and rulers and numbers. So yeah. And I think it might be a little bit of a pain in the butt to stamp on them. Seth After says the icings are permanent. Okay, thanks, Kat, because I was almost certain I remembered that. But, you know, you get to an age where you can't just trust your memory very much. And while you're not trusting your memory, don't trust your sanity either, because it's probably not very reliable. Just saying. And I'm really not going to spend much time on any of these. But I thought, well, I could just get out some of my cool stuff and use it. And it doesn't have to be stamped perfect. That'll be fun in the Beast. And I was going to try this. I don't know. Oh, that works good. On my stamp pad, make little circles. Or I poured out a little bit of ink. Yeah, that works good too. And I got out a little paintbrush here. I got to separate out some of this ink. Actually, I'm just going to splatter because this is more contained. And this is Speedball ink. I bought a 55-gallon drum of it here a few months ago. It dries really quick. So, yeah, that'll work. And I'll just set them aside to dry, but they'll dry really quickly. And then I also got out, where did I put them? Here, I'll let those dry for a second. I'm going to have the biggest mess to clean up, you guys, and you should be so happy about that. I got out some postage stamps, and I wanted to use some of these circles with writing on it. Let me grab another acrylic block. Holy ink, 55 gallons. Well, maybe not 55 gallons, but look at this honker of a jar. I thought when I ordered it was going to be one of those jars about this big and about that big around. Look at this honker. It's huge. I use it for everything. And I don't like it because the little nozzle gets clogged up. That is holy ink, right? So let's get one of these out. And I did decide what I'm going to do for my conspiracy page for the Scabby. I'm going to work on it this week because I'm excited about it. Oop, that one did get much on it. We'll try for it again. This one I'll probably just put gold on. What else did I get out? Oh, and I got out some cool background stamps. Let me get those. Oh, and I've got another one. Which one did I want to use? And I want the designs fairly small, just because, you know, washi tape isn't that big. And then where's the, hang on, come on, quit being a pain. Ain't nobody got time for that. And if I don't care how good it stamps, I'll just use it on the plastic. That doesn't bother me. And then here's some, I can't get this one to stick. Well, I can put it on here. I've used it so much, look, it won't stick to anything. So just get it wet on the back, and then it'll stick again. And then I'll lay it all back out. And I think I'm going to use some of the mica gold on it. So you guys want me to give some of this away? I like this because it's fun to use your stuff, you know? Another cool thing that I save. This is all just stuff out of the trash. Yeah, I'm going to definitely use some of the gold. Let me find my little, I can't reach around there. Come on. With the same ink that I use the circles, my 55-gallon drum circles. But I want a thicker one. Hang on. I know they're over here. Here they are. Yeah. I'm not sure how good. No, ink works a little better. Just do all this without any real thought. Okay, Lucretia's saying, yeah, give it away. Okay, we'll do a giveaway toward the end after I get some of it really trashed out. Good. So you can say, God, why did I want that? It's kind of chilly today, but all of a sudden it's hot in here. Let's find the ruler. Let's put the ruler on here. I have so much stuff out here. I need more acrylic blocks. I'm not sure if I should splatter the gold or it's splattered. It would be easier, but I could. Let's do this. Okay, I've got another lid down here. Let's do this. Move up. Oh, that's right. I did my camera way out because I thought I'd be using the box. Thanks, Sharon. Here's the gold ink. Let me get a little pipette over here. When things start crashing, you know I've got too much junk out. And again, if you're new, and I'm sure most of you know by now, about the Kuretake mica ink, best gold ink on the planet. Like, I can't even make that up. So we won't waste what's on there. We'll use it. I'm going back to some of these that I've done before and adding just gold off of this before I put it in water. And I have never used any of my acrylic, thank you, Kat, with the gold mica ink, but I think if I had like a jelly plate, I'm not going to get anything else out, but if I had like a jelly plate out, I could mill that out on the jelly plate and stamp on it. And I think it would be just fine if you, you know, had like a bowl of water or something that you could put your stamps in right away. So keep that in mind. I think you could do that really easily. Oop, there's an old lady gray hair. You don't want old lady gray hair in your art. Just saying. Yeah, the gold is going to be nice. And the nice thing about the gold is it also dries very quickly. Inks generally do because that's the nature of the beast, right? So, yeah. And I'll actually cut these big ones up into a little bit smaller pieces. So I want something different down there. Let's put a little bit of type. This is going to be cool. Washi. Washi. And the blue might be a little harder because it's going to be a darker background. But chances are we have something to work with it too. This one I like the way it is, but I'm going to add some gold to it. I just don't want those blobs of ink sitting in there because I'll, sure as anything, I'll put my hand right in them. Because I know me. Oh, I have another. Well, I don't want to get it out. I already got too much stuff out. It's going to take me a lifetime to clean this mess up. Hi, Joyce. Hi, Carrie. Carol, come in. And so much. I saw you come in. This is just an old Bic pen. Now I've got the gold and the black mixed. You guys want me to pull you down a little bit so you can actually see what I'm doing? One thing I will say for this silicone mat, even though I don't like it, I will save it and use it for some things because I have to say it is awesome to clean up. I mean, I've used permanent inks and stuff and got it on it, and it just wipes right up. So that's one of the advantages. But yeah, overall, not a fan. Not a fan. Not a fan. Which is a bummer because I really thought I would like it. I thought it would be really easy, you know, for cleanup and stuff like that, which it is, except that it's just so hard to work on. So, but for dirty stuff, I will happily use it. Let me see about using some of this black. I kind of like the black and the gold mixed. It's kind of cool. I don't think it needs to be too busy, you know. I don't want to overdo it, do I, CB? Yeah, I could use a straw. Okay, you guys want me to hyperventilate? What the hell? Fill up my mouth with gold ink and start blowing it? Crazy women. All right. Actually, that's not a horrible idea. Put a drop of gold ink and let's try it. Let's pick one of these bigger ones. All right, I'm going to use this because, and I'll get out a little straw here. See what I have? Not a bad idea, you freaks. Yeah, and I think if I can control that ink a little better, which I could just use the end of the pipette, I guess. Yeah, well, you don't end up with too much of it. Not a bad idea, you guys. Thanks for the great idea. Overdue? You never overdo. Are you kidding, CB? Yeah, I like the way blown ink looks. I really do. All right, let me get some of this. I'll put some of this. And these big stripes I will probably cut up. Make a little bit smaller. Wish I had another box so I could just load it up. All right, let me see how the ones that are over here drying, are looking. Oh, nice, nice. No, black and gold is going to work good on these. Okay. They're not completely dry yet. which is fine. We don't care. We're not going to worry about it. Actually, what I need to do is set those over there. And let's go ahead and spray another set. And then I can decorate these while those are drying. So, you guys, man, disaster averted, man. I have this huge drink. Look at this Mamba Jamba. I just about knocked that over. That would have been, I would have been done because I would have been cleaning up sticky crap forever. But the other day I had one in the refrigerator and it was early in the morning. Robert was still in bed. I got up and I had saved half from the previous day in the refrigerator, and I went to get the cream out. And because I'm such a dope in the morning, I'm so dumb in the morning. Like, dumb people talk about me in the morning because I'm that dumb. I grabbed the creamer, knocked that cup right out of the refrigerator. It hit the edge of the refrigerator and it went everywhere. I had sticky iced coffee on the cabinets, all over the floor, everything. I hadn't been out of bed 5 minutes, honest to God. And it was like, I don't know how to wash the floor at this time of day. Are you kidding me? But I had to clean it up. So, yeah, been there, done that. Don't want to do it again. Thank you very much. So, I'll just move it out of the way. I wonder when I'm going to have to take that away from myself. No, it wasn't the creamer. It was iced coffee that I spilled all over. It's a styrofoam cup, and it just, yeah. And you know, one thing I learned, I'm not so dumb that I forget the dirty words in the morning. I knew every dirty word, I swear to God, and I used every one of them. And thank God Robert wasn't up, because you know what he would have done? Here, let me help you. Are you kidding? You come near me and say, let me help you? I'm going to punch you in your face right now. Just get out of here. Because now I'm mad at you. I'm mad at me. I'm mad at the world. I'm just pissed off, and you don't want to be around me. Okay? Just saying. Yeah. It was not a happy morning. I will say that. But then after I got it cleaned up and sat down and enjoyed my coffee, I was happy again, except that I had wasted all my iced coffee. But what are you going to do? It was everywhere. I probably will still be finding it next week. Just saying. I probably will be. Cracking you guys up. If you'd have seen me that morning, you would not have been cracking up. You would have been like, holy crap, she has the potential to be a serial murderer. Like, she could kill people. And I would have said, I could kill you right now. Get out of my way. Yeah, no, I'm dumb as hell in the morning. Like, the best thing to do is let me get up, pour my coffee, sit down, and stare for like 10 minutes. And that's my brain booting up. And I know this. And Robert, before he started losing his memory, knew it. Now he doesn't have the good sense to shut up in the morning. He has to wake up talking. Believe me, I'm learning patience. All right, did I ask you guys to pick out 2 colors, or you just want me to pick them out? Let's do a brown one. Coffee and what color? Well, I like blue with coffee. What other blue do I have? Brown goes with anything. You can use it with yellow, blue. Okay, I have sea spray blue. Let's do blue and brown and see if it's pretty. If it's not, who cares? We got more washi paper. And I'll do your colors next time. Brown and gold. Probably the closest thing well, there might have been a Seth After. I bought the whole set of Seth After, so if he had one, I have it. Let me see if he had the metallic. Or I think I bought them all. I'm pretty sure I did. They were not cheap, I will say that. I think the closest thing to gold I'm going to have is a honey color, which will still be pretty. Ooh, there's a tea color too. All right, let's get the tea and the honey. I'm not sure if I have any metallic spray. I thought I did in one of the... I have dilutions too, and they're real bright. Maybe I don't. I don't see it off the top, but what the hell. All right. So there's a tea color, which I'll bet is really pretty, and honey. So we'll try that. We don't have to do them all the same. I just thought it would be more expedient. All right, let's do the tea first because it's going to be lighter than the coffee. Tea and coffee in the afternoon. All right, let's see. Nice. Nice color. All right. Don't be giving me headaches. Oh, it's going to annoy me. All right, let's do the blue first on this side, and then I'll do the yellow over there. Ooh, that's blue. That's way blue. I don't know what I was expecting. I picked blue. Let's do the honey with the brown, see what happens. And I haven't tried. Let's try this. If I just want splatters of the colors, just open the jar and splatter it with their little hose. I didn't get out any acrylic paint, but you could probably splatter with acrylic paint as well. But I'm not getting it out. I have enough crap out. Okay, that was the honey. The honey was supposed to be yellow. Yeah, not very yellow. I know there's a yellow because now I'm getting it too brown. Hang on, let me see what I'm missing over here. And I didn't put little dots of color on them like I normally do, which is very annoying. No, that honey, if I get, nope. Sunflower is the one I was thinking of. All right, found it. There we go. I knew I had bright yellow. Just add little bits of blue on these. And I didn't use the coffee yet, so let's use some of the darker coffee color. Nope, that's the tea. Almost makes you think the tea is darker than the coffee, but I'm sure it's not. I do like the way it spreads, but this washi paper is so absorbent that it doesn't stay real wet that long. And I'll spray some of these white areas with the darker. Okay. Are these a mess or what? Now this one, I have to say, look at this. That area right there. Come on, focus, you freak. It's not going to focus. Going to see me if you can. Come on, focus, you freak. It's just not gonna. Anyway, it was a good idea at the time. All right, I'm going to set these over and let them dry. And we'll work on the blue ones. How about that? I like the brown ones so far. Kind of looks like mold. Woohoo! Yeah, they're fun. I'm glad because of that swatch book. Honestly, it's because of that swatch book that I thought, you know, to use some of these supplies that I have that I don't use that often, which is bad. But I think partly, I think we get kind of in a rut, you know, where you're, especially when I was doing like those watercolor paintings, they were so much fun and I liked the end result that it was just so easy to keep doing those. And I want to do them again. But yeah, I think it's easy to get into a rut. Things that you like, they look good, they're fun. And so you forget about the things that you've done before that you just forget to do them. And then I remember too, you know, I actually like drawing. Also, I do have some like blue inks and stuff that I could splatter. Yeah, but you kind of got to push yourself out of your comfort zone, Devin. And I think that's where I get, you know, I fall into. And one of my worst traits, and I know this about myself, but I ignore it. I hate when things are a mess. I'm sure that surprises you guys. And so if I clean in here and get everything put away and it's all looking real pretty, then I don't want to get anything out because then I'm going to trash out my nice clean space, you know? But that's part of the problem with having your art space in a living space is you have to kind of keep it somewhat presentable because you never know. Of course, people who come by my house, they know that don't go in there. She probably got it trashed out. Probably. Yeah, don't worry. My space, my headache. Probably should do the splattering last because that's what takes so long to dry the blobs of ink. Oops, don't want to get that on an angle. Well, too late now. And other than that, you guys, what I showed you, I really haven't been doing much of anything else, you know, other than keeping up the house and cooking and doing the stuff that you always have to do, which I'm liking less and less every day. What? Janet doesn't, I don't like a mess, Dee Dee. And I feel like this room has actually been a mess since the beginning of the year, you know? But partly because, well, for so long I was doing the swatching. And so if I get something out, I just keep, you know, let it lay here until morning or whatever. Yeah. So, yeah. Sucks to be me. But here, a week or so ago, I did go ahead and clean up a bunch of the mess. And it felt good. So then I don't want to get out a bunch of stuff again because I just got it cleaned up. And you guys, this honestly would be much easier if I wasn't working on the stripes, but that's the reason I'm doing it, is because I ended up having the stripes left over. And there was a part of me that said, just throw it away. You don't create the hassle for yourself. But then I thought, nah, I'll just do it on stream and bore the hell out of those people. There's no door in here. My room is literally what separates me from my kitchen. We call it the breakfast nook because it's just a little breakfast-like room, you know, big enough for a small table and then cabinetry. And I've crammed some other stuff in here, but it's literally right off my kitchen, and there's just a countertop between us. I wish there was a door or a curtain I could just pull, because then it wouldn't bother me so much. But I'm not that lucky. And then the other, I could change the library upstairs. I suppose. But I just know me, and I know I wouldn't go up there and use it. And then the whole basement, which is really Robert's man cave, and I know he actually wouldn't mind if I set up down there. But we're here 24/7. And so I feel like it's good for him to have his space and me to have my space, so we're not just on top of each other all the time. You got to have a space where you can get the hell away. As much as I like him, yeah, I need a space that is mine. And even though he comes in here, I mean, everybody comes in here. In fact, what's so stupid is when the family or anybody comes over, invariably, we will all end up in this room hanging out. And there's only 3 chairs. So it's not like, I mean, but literally people will drag chairs in here. Like, we have I don't know how many square foot house. Y'all have to be right here in my face. I sound very bitchy, don't I? Well, yeah, it's good for me to be central, for sure. Yeah, I've got to keep an eye on everything going on. That's my job, man. Keep track of this stuff. Watch the keyboard for when Robert plans his getaway. Which, honestly, I probably wouldn't blame him if he did do a getaway. I gotta get out of here. This is one bossy wench. When you get this, the backside may have crap on it, but nature of the beast. We have a basement. We have an upstairs, and by all rights, probably where I should have put my craft room was upstairs, what I turned into the library. It's right outside the master bedroom. It's like a balcony where I can see down into the main living area. And other than the kids at Christmas time, which they love going up there and looking down, nobody has any business up there but Robert and I, because it's right outside our bedroom. And Jim and I used to actually use it as a sitting room. and had a TV and stuff up there. I don't do that anymore. All right, I'm going to blow some ink. What did I do with my little pipette, you guys? I'm losing stuff. Losing it. And I'm not complaining. Yeah, don't think that I'm complaining. I'm very fortunate that I have a roof over my head, so I shouldn't be bitching about where I craft. And then the spare bedrooms, we actually need those for people to stay in, which reminds me, Jamie will be here in, I think it's a little less than 2 weeks now. So him and the dogs, and of course Barbie. Barbie's name isn't really Barbie. We just call her that because she looks like a freaking Barbie doll. Very pretty. All right, let's do some ink splat. Oh, there's the pipette. I put it in the water. Duh. And I actually want some little bit of excess water here for the splatter edge. Now I'm going to have black ink everywhere, okay? So I'll whine about this for the next 6 months, just so you know. Is Jamie the baby? Jamie is, well, the baby isn't so baby anymore. But yeah, he'll be here. And then I think his daughter, Courtney, she graduates college in May. And I think she said she's going to come right after graduation. She was going to come earlier, but I think school started getting a little bit more intense. Jamie is a good boy. He looks like a freaking Yeti. Dee Dee's seen him. He does LiDAR, which is, don't ask me, but they take well, they're not using airplanes anymore, but when he started, they did geographic sort of maps using light and the speed of light bouncing back to the plane to create essentially a topographic map of the United States. And he has worked on some of the television documentaries and stuff that need that kind of service on the, yeah. And he did the gold of the, yeah, recovered gold in the Philippines or something. He did the effigy mounds, and he's done a bunch of them. The Lost Sea down in Mexico and Arizona or something like that. I don't know. There's a bunch of them that he did. And I think Dee Dee had to tell me about him. I don't think Jamie ever even mentioned that he was working on him because he's such a damn dope. But yeah, he's pretty sharp. And if you look him up on the internet, I mean, he's written tons of articles. He's been published many, many times. And they literally call him one of the country's leading experts on LiDAR. So he's a funny guy, I have to say. But to see him, like, I'm not even kidding you, he looks exactly like a freaking Yeti. But impressive kid, and there's nothing he can't do. He never ceases to amaze me, and you know, proud is probably the closest word that I could use to describe how I feel about him. He never fails to crack me up. He's absolutely the funniest guy because he doesn't give a rat's butt about anything. So he's a fun kid. And he's never actually been on stream with me, but I've streamed when he's here, and you can hear him in the background. He'll say something ridiculous in the background to get me going, you know. He's just funny. But he's done well, and I'm proud of him, and I wish his dad could have lived to truly appreciate what Jamie has accomplished. He's a good boy. And I love, love, love his girlfriend. Love her. Your son is on to Janet. He's a good boy. Good boy. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing him. They had planned a trip earlier, and then he bought a ranch. And so they had to stay and close on the ranch. And I think they got that all done. And so, yeah. He'll bring the new baby and let me meet him. They have labs. And they bought a brand new chocolate lab. They had to put one of theirs down, and Jamie was so sad, and so he was just like, I'm getting another lab. I'm getting another chocolate lab. That's it. And so they bought this dog. This dog is going to be freaking enormous. I swear its paws are about that big already, and it's only 6 months old. That dog is going to be a flipping monster. Robert's going to freak when he sees this dog. But Robert will get over it. But yeah, they spoil the dogs. They spoil the kids. Yeah. What are you going to do? All right. Did I already stamp some of this? I think I did. What else? I think I'll stamp the little... something with some additional writing on it. But yeah, I really wish Jim had lived to see Jamie as a mature, successful adult. I think he'd just be beyond proud. And I wrote Jamie the night that he closed on his ranch, because that's always been his dream. He wanted a ranch with a lot of land. And when they were leaving the closing, Jamie texted and said, it's done. It's real. We're heading there now. And I just had to write him. And I said, man, your dad has got to be in heaven, just absolutely beaming with pride. So don't forget that there are people here on earth and in heaven pulling for you. His brother, too. Koki'd be over the moon proud of Jamie. So, yeah, it's awesome. And I can talk about that without being sad. Yeah. I wish Jim could have lived. Jim didn't live to see it, but I wish he could have. But saying that or feeling that or saying that to Jamie, that doesn't make me sad. And it doesn't make Jamie sad either. You know, like, I'm sure he was thinking of his dad that day just like I was. So, yeah, I don't think it's sad to acknowledge the people you love. Oh, theirs are more than 75 pounds, Missy. They have one, well, the old male, that dog was unbelievably huge. I'm going to put some blue ink on here. if I can open it. There we go. I need to get a clean paintbrush, though. I don't want to contaminate this ink. And I'll use a small paintbrush, kind of a scruffy one. Let's see how this works. If you can even tell it's blue. Other than that, nothing going on around here. I did go, I think I told you guys. Well, maybe I didn't. I did go take my glasses back, and Sam's Club was very cool about it. Let me pick out different frames. And it wasn't that I didn't like the frames, but my head is, I'm a pinhead. Like, I have a tiny head. And I said, I wish I was just sitting there yakking with the lady, and I said, I wish I'd picked out smaller frames. And she said, you can pick out new frames. I said, I can? She said, yeah, you'll just have to pay the difference in price, or we'll give you a refund if they're cheaper. Turns out I went and picked out a pair of frames that were kid size, so they're going to fit my head. And they're Bronco colors, so yeah. So I'm waiting for them to call with that. Oh, I forgot. I also have Liquitex ink that I could splatter. Woohoo! All right, I should get the brown out for that. All right, I have to do some transition now, you guys, because these, I think, are about done. And don't forget, if I give them away and you guys get these, go ahead and add what you want. Hi, Vane. Making washi tape over here. Done some pink. I might put those back in and spray them with some more yellow. But yeah, the red turned out pink, except in certain spots. And they're completely dry now, the ink and everything. So I can wad them up. And move the blue over and let them dry. So yeah, don't be afraid if you get something like this. Go ahead and alter it any way you want. Make it yours. Vanessa. Okay, I wasn't reading that right. I really need those glasses, you guys. I'm telling you. All right, let me move these and let them dry, and we'll start working on the brown. Yeah, I like that blue ink. The washi paper, you can kind of see right there, especially absorbed that blue, so it didn't come out real dark. It came out blue, which is very awesome. I like that. And I'll go through and look, and if why'd you stick in there? If I missed places, I'll go back in and fill in. So when I do the giveaway, we'll just draw names, and then you'll just get a selection of whatever I choose. And if you don't like it, you can spend your own money and send it back. Okay, how about that? You like that? I like that. All right, those won't take but a minute to dry. Vanessa has a video. Okay, I'll come back and go over to her channel and check it out, Bossy. Thank you. All right, these are the brown. Oh, did I put gold on those? I didn't put very much gold, did I? I think the gold is really going to look pretty on these. And I like how what I thought was blue ended up, by the time I added the yellow, that it came out real turquoise. So that's cool. With those sprays, you never really know what you're going to get. Oh, you know what? I need to set these over on the side. All right, somebody give me a couple of colors. Oops, don't spill the gold ink. All right, give me a couple colors. First time Scabby Hut. Well, have you enjoyed it, Vanessa? I'll definitely get over here to your channel and leave a comment in the heart for sure. And when you screw up, I'll leave a comment, okay? Green. All right. Green is a good color. What are you going to use with green? Be mindful of the color wheel when you love it. Awesome. See, hearing stuff like that just makes me think, oh, it's all worthwhile. Even though you guys bug the hell out of me, you know, and give me headaches and stuff like that. Yeah, then you'll turn around and say something nice, and then I'm happy again. Now that my heating has come on, the smell of wet gloss paint is overwhelming. Ooh, your gardener decorated. What did you decorate it with, Dorothy? I've never had a gardener decorate my house. Hopefully they wouldn't use like pumpkins or something like that. All right, Laverne gave me green. What color do we want with green? Let me grab some more of these strips. Put out here. Well, this system seems to be working pretty good. That I can work on some while the others are drying, and I'm getting some good stuff done. And I think all of them I've done on the correct side of the paper. So that's a good thing. Green and blue. All right. Green and blue it is. I think there's only actually one green color in the Seth After, but I'm liking them because the squirters work. I don't like fighting with spray bottles that don't work. That really annoys me. I'm not sure why I saved a piece like that, but whatever. I think there came a point where I was just so wanting to get it done that there isn't much that man can't do. Do you have a crush on him, Dorothy? It's none of my business, but I'm just nosy enough to ask. So should I be singing Dorothy and Gardner Sitting in a Tree? Kissing. That's what an immature freak I am. Not to mention, I'll pick on a 90-year-old woman. That's just the way I am. I think that one's upside down. No, it's not. All right, green and blue. Got to get back to work. Okay, go work. Okay, brown. Sharon said brown. I like green and brown too, Sharon. Ellen's always picking gold. I don't have gold spray. The closest I have is that yellow. I have no spray gold. I'm trying to look. Well, wait a minute. I'll try a metallic. I do have metallic gold in the art spray. These bottles clog and they annoy me. All right, we have an emerald green and a spring green. And I think I like the blue moon to go with the green. Okay, and then I did pick out that gold. I forgot I had that metallic gold in the other name brand. But if it doesn't spray, I'm not going to take the time to clean it. How about that, sports fans? Can't Dee Dee, I live in a bungalow. All these stray cats. Oh. First come love, then comes marriage. Here comes Dorothy with a baby carriage. Purple and green. The problem with that, Missy, is if I had time to let one dry completely and then come back in with another color, that might work. But if they're mixing on the page, like, remember this one? There was no green on that. But by the time the inks mixed, I ended up with that really, really pretty green. So, yeah, because that was blue and yellow. And brown, wasn't it? Yeah. Wait a minute. Where'd all that brown go? Oh, I took them out in there. Okay. Do I have a pink spray? I do, CB. It's kind of like a fuchsia color. Very pretty. All right. We'll start out with the light green. All right. Before it curls anymore, let me try and uncurl this one. I don't like when they flip over. They mess with my serenity. Can't be messing with my serenity. He is nice, but not handsome, and no, CB, I don't fancy him. Okay, well, at least we got that answered, Dorothy. And handsomeness isn't everything. Does he have a nice body, Dorothy? That would be, how does he look in his pants? That's the first question I would ask. And does he have a beard? Does he have nice hair? That would be another question I would have. Oh, that's green. Got a spray from a long way away. Holy cow. That's some greeny green. Just trying to help you, Dorothy. We don't charge extra for it. All right, and then we'll do the darker of the blues. I would agree with that, Devin. A good sense of humor is vital. If you can't laugh at yourself, you can't live here. Because I'm going to make fun of you around the clock. No, he's a drinker, and it's starting to show. Oh, okay. Now that's something I could not abide. You can't be a drunk in my house. Unless you pay the bills. Eyes for you. Yeah, nice eyes. I like nice hair too. And you can't be overweight. I just don't like overweight. And yeah, see the gold, these always clog up. They piss me off. Now I'm going to have to get a tub out. Ugh, come on, piece of crap. Not gonna. All right, so what I'll do with this one is try and unscrew it. And just flick some of the, yeah, see, I think if you're going to sell a spray product, if Seth After can do it, you monkeys can do it. So don't be giving me no crap about, it was your job to clean it. No. Why can they make, what do you call it when you're ironing? Spray starch that will spray every time. Or cleaner that will spray every time. Come on. You think I just fall off a turnip truck yesterday? All right. The gold didn't work. Sorry, Ellen. Don't say gold again because I'm not getting it out. Okay. We're going to get some of the coffee. No, we're going to use the lighter of the two. We're going to add a little bit of brown. And he's married. That's a good reason to stay away from him. Jealous wives can be vicious. All right. Hope I didn't wreck those. They'll still look cool. All right, we'll set those over and let them dry while we mess with the brown ones. See what we ended up with. So weird that turns so turquoise. And see, out of those same colors came this piece. What the heck? You know what? That one I sprayed. No, that's not even... That was a note to myself. Ugh. Not even washi paper. Dope on a rope. Hope he doesn't see this. Probably zero chance of that, Dorothy, unless he's thinking about doing some DIY washi tape for your walls or your gate. I think you're safe, girl. Did I knock the camera? I must have. Did you guys enjoy that? You want me to do it again? If we can send a man to the moon, we should be able to make a spray that doesn't clog. Right, Devin? But who says we didn't go to the moon? We really didn't go to the moon. I hate to say that, but that's going to be my conspiracy page for the scabby. I saw some videos here recently. I don't know when, but I saw some videos here recently that have totally debunked the whole moon landing for me. You know who I wish would talk about it, though? I wish this one I did spray on the wrong side. I wish Elon Musk would talk about it because of all space stuff. Don't you think Elon would have the best take? And look at that one, only did halfway. So, yeah, don't you think Elon would have a good take on that? I'm going to go ahead and probably a dumb idea because I can't use the blower, but I'm going to go ahead and spray that one area with no color on it. You just got knocked out. Well, get up and hit him back, Just Dia. Can't go around letting people knock you out. Unacceptable. You got to learn to slug back. All right. Let's get our little ink out. What do we want to start with? Let's do some stamping first. Where'd my other acrylic block go? Oh my God, when I start uncovering around here, I'm going to find stuff I didn't even know I owned anymore. Hi, who's your mama? Who's your dada? Cracks me up when Dee Dee says that. Who's your mama? I know who's your daddy. Most of us know our mama. It's the daddy that's in question. Just saying. Who's your daddy? All right. Here we go. I might have to take a minute here and clean some of this mess up because this is getting unacceptable. You know what? I need... Oh, that's my bad. I just needed to be pressing harder. Black ink is not the problem. I did, Just Dia, but I'll show it again because it's no big deal to show again. Give me just a second and finish stamping these, and I'll show it again. It is a very cool thing. I don't mind showing it off because I kicked a butt on it. Now I want to start covering everything. But you guys, keep in mind, I started with that wooden box, but you can do that with anything. I've shown how to do that with cardboard boxes, and even how to start from just a piece of chipboard and create awesome stuff. Dee Dee's zine box, I did that exact same way. So even if you don't have a wooden box, there's no reason you can't create that your own self, okay? So just keep that in mind. And if I'll look up the video where I show you how to make like a cool wooden box, or what looks like a wooden box that's really just chipboard. All right. I'm going to do the stamping first, so I don't have to stamp it in wet ink. Now splatter some ink and get out the box. And let's do the ruler. I do need to re-ink this pad. Probably it would be wise if I just bought a new one. Black ink pads are the things I go through probably the fastest. I use my black ink pad a lot. You have 4 wooden boxes? Well, Dorothy, if I didn't inspire you the other day, then you need to go sit in the corner and think about yourself. Okay? We can use washi tape. You can. Yeah, the only thing I would say about washi tape is put it down with some matte medium or some sort of glue. If you like Mod Podge, whatever. Don't trust the washi tape sticky. You'll be terribly disappointed if you do. Just saying. All right, that's probably enough stamping on those. I got a little bit better system now. Yeah, I wouldn't trust the washi. Stick them. But that's the beauty of washi too, is you know, that it's movable. All right, after I do splatter this ink, I'll show the box and let it be drying while I'm Hey, Dee Dee, you want me to send you some of this washi? You won't have to do the giveaway. I'll just send it to you because you're forever sending me stuff. Oh, which reminds me, it hasn't got here yet, but I did order something really cool. Talk about spur of the moment purchase. Oh my God. But I hope you like it when you see it. You need, well, I mean, this should inspire you. You can take this and run with it, Dorothy. You're a bright girl. Freaking chemist or something. Not like you were a dumbass your whole life. I'm glad these splatters are staying pretty small too. Easier to contain. Well, I won't turn it down. Always add a glue. And you could even give it to my spirit animal if you want. All right. Oops. I just touched my straw with that dirty paintbrush. Now I'm going to suck on it. No, I'm not. I'm going to clean it off. All right, Dee Dee. I'm going to return the favor. All right. I need some more. I know I said I was going to show the box. I haven't forgotten. I'm not that dumb yet, but I'm going to do the gold so it can be drying too. The gold splatters. And then all the splatters can be drying at once. How about that? But really, I mean, I know we say it every time we use this crazy mica gold ink. Best gold paint of any kind, paint, ink, whatever, that I've ever used. And believe me, I've used a lot of it. So save up your nickels and quarters and go collect up some aluminum and buy it because you won't be sorry. And I'll blow some of this gold too because I like the way that looks. This brown with the gold and the black, it looks way cool. Way cool. I might end up having to do entire sheets of this color because I'll use it everywhere. Okay, put this stuff aside. Let that dry. And where did I put the box? Right in front of me. I can't set it down, but I can hold it up. Knocking my lights around. Ugh. Oops. Okay. I'm just going to move this for a second. I think it can sit there safely. Okay. Here's the box. You're right, Tina. Thanks for reminding me. Tina finished the Scabby with just 2 questions, so we got to get her on the list. You're the 19th person, Tina. Yay, you. I'm just going to call you Tina. Tina Sweden. But I have your address and everything. Now, one thing that I probably should remind you guys is if you should win, and good luck to all of you, the one thing you will have to do is give me your email address. Today's already the 23rd of February. You guys, we're almost 2 months completed in the new year, which is freaking mind-boggling. How is this even so? So yay you, Tina. You're on the list. And if anybody's finished and they're not sure if I have you on the list, just message me on Instagram or something to make sure that I have, because my biggest fear is not getting somebody on the list who deserves to be there. So, yeah, this is the box. And the only thing, Bossy Butt thinks I need to distress the edges a little bit more, so I'll do that. But yeah, pretty much every side is the same, but I do love it. I have to say, I'm really happy with the way it turned out. I do need to clean up this back here. It's got a couple of little issues, but to get rid of some of that loose crap that was hanging on, I did just go ahead and use a sand block to just, and that's why I went ahead and inked the edges, because I had sanded the edges so that everything was laid down real nice. So that's the box, and then inside the box is the postage. So, and there's plenty of room to add more. I can shove this down and add more. Nearly time to, actually, I'll be okay with that, Dorothy. I am not a fan of daylight savings, so I'll be glad when we switch back. And then I think we should just leave it the hell alone. Quit messing with Mother Nature, right? I'll think about something else to whine about in a little while. Is this the one? I'm almost sure this is the one that I had wrong side up. Checking. Come on, quit being a pain in the butt. There. Yep. Sprayed it on the wrong side, so that one's just going in the trash. I'm not going to mess with it. All right. What else? I'm glad we had that little drawing time there. Spread these out. I can still see the sheen on the paper, so I think the others I got right. I don't know. We'll see. All right. Let's use this and some black ink. I think I wouldn't mind adding, and I do have some very cool brown ink. And this is just a cut up credit card. But it's good for making just random marks here and there. You can use a stamp pad or ink like I do. Ink is just so easy. And most inks are going to be permanent. Not that it's going to make any difference on washi, because you're probably not ever going to be working on top of it, but it's nice to know when your products are permanent, and that if you wanted to add something else or work on top of it, that you're not going to create a mess. You need to win these, Dorothy. Well, all I can say to you is good luck. And if an international person wins, I just realized the other day I'm out of international postage, so I've got to go to the post office. But if they get my glasses ready, I can go to my favorite post office and find out how my clerk's mother's doing. Her mother was having a hard time. It's funny that I don't go to the post office all that often, but I used to take little Mary to the post office many, many moons ago. And so the postal clerk and I had Mary in common, because she had served Mary for years and years and loved little Mary. Anybody who knew little Mary loved little Mary. And for those of you who are new, little Mary was my, I don't remember, 95-year-old neighbor that I went and had coffee with every morning. And I even would miss Dee Dee's to go to coffee with Mary. Mary needed help in the morning. That's going to be me when I'm so stupid in the morning that I need the neighbor to come over and help me. But I just loved little Mary. Anyway, that's the clerk I'm talking about. And the day, she had not heard when Mary had passed away. And so I went into the post office. And of course, Mary had been removed from her home, and she knew that I went and visited Mary at the nursing home. And so I walk in the post office, and most everybody I knew had heard that Mary had passed. But I walked in the post office, and she said, have you been to see Mary lately? And I just immediately teared up, like, oh my God. Hi, Judy. Christina. I immediately teared up and said, oh, I guess you hadn't heard. And we both stood there in the post office crying about little Mary. But yeah, and she's partly retired now, so I don't always get to see her. But yeah, I'll go get some international postage, and hopefully she'll be there. And you guys, I'm going to just say it out loud. I don't like the new girl as much. I really don't. And it's a small post office, so you get to know them. But yeah, I don't particularly like the new girl that much. Is that bad of me to say that? She's just not as friendly, Like, I like friendly. When you walk in, they act like they've seen you before, I think that's just good customer service. And the new girl is, you go in there and she's like, can I help you? It's like, dude, you ought to know who I am. I've been coming here for years. You don't have to act like this the first time you ever saw me. Is anybody else like that? Or am I just so bitchy that, yeah, I'll complain about anything? But there was a restaurant here locally years ago that Robert and I used to go to. Really good hamburgers. And it was inexpensive, and you could get in and out, and we knew the cook real well. Turned out he got arrested for abusing his niece. Yeah, he was a pervert, and we didn't know it. But anyway, we knew him because of boats. But anyway, every time we'd walk in that restaurant, his wife would act like she'd never seen us before. And I swear to God, their boat had been parked next to ours for years. She knew exactly who we were. And I used to talk to Jim and say, is that just not the weirdest thing? That she acts like she's never seen us before? What is wrong with people? I feel like good customer service is a big deal. Oh, yeah, especially in a, did I say hi, Laverne? Especially in a small community where you're dependent on the wintertime people to keep your business going, because we're a resort area. And if the locals don't support you in the winter, you might as well just lock up shop right now. You're not going to make it. And so I was just so weird. But then they ended up closing down when he got arrested for being a perv, which I was okay with that. Pervs should get arrested. Are you taking off just the... Okay, I'm going to try and get little splatters so I can blow some ink on these. I really like the gold ink. Really like this. I don't want to suck up a bunch of ink, but yeah, that's too much. Hang on, let me... I like that, but I'm getting too much ink on it. I need just like a very small spot of ink. Don't want to be overdoing it, do I, CB? There's got to be a better way to get just a little amount of ink that's blowable. That might work. That's what I'm talking about. I'm getting smaller amounts by just taking just like a little amount out of the lid. So that seems to work. Don't pass out. They're kind of big for the washi, but maybe by the time I cut it down, you'll only get small amounts of it. And then the only other thing I want to add on these, I think these are my favorite that I've done so far, but I think that's because of the color scheme. I like the brown a lot. The brown and the gold are very rich looking. They're very cool looking. It's in my DNA, you think, CB? All right, what color ink do I want? Let me get out the brown, get some dark brown. I'm always afraid that it's going to look like black, but I might have some. Let's see, there's fluid graphite. I know I have some brown ink. There's blue, gray. That is the best ink. All right, here's some brown calligraphy. It doesn't have a dropper. Oh, I do need to. Sounds like you're blowing raspberry. All right, this brush is clean. I should be able to use it and not contaminate the ink. This is just calligraphy ink, and it's a little bit thicker than fountain pen ink. Those other bottles that I use, screw bottles like these, most of those are fountain pen ink. Yeah, it's hard to tell. I'd almost like the thinner ink better. I'm going to see if I have some. This is almost as thick as acrylic. I know I have some brown. I just don't know if it's nearby. I don't have any brown of that, I don't think. Wait a minute. Raw umber. Maybe we should be giving this a little try. Of course, it's definitely going to look like black, which I didn't want. But let's water it down a little and see what we end up with. This is just one great big lab experiment right now. And this is really fluid. It's like watercolor ink. Open the drawer and you never know what you're going to find, you know? Yeah, it just looks like more black, except that the paper is absorbing it, where the black just sits on top. So that's okay. That be's good. All right, anything else I should add? How are you today? Got too much information? Yeah. I hear you. All right, I don't think I'm going to spray anymore because it's already after 2. And by the time I decorate those others and do the giveaway, probably won't have time to do any more. But who knows? I may sit here later on this evening and add some more to them. So are the pages in your swatch book numbered? You could use random number generator sometime to pick use. That would be a good idea, Devin. I did not number them, and the reason I didn't number them is because your question earlier about buying new supplies, I had to make allowance for new supplies that I might be having to add pages, or if I get rid of something, remove pages. And I probably would move those to the back. But yeah, you see a yellow flower on the right side of the screen? A yellow flower. Not seeing it, Judy. All right, Kat. Girl, you ready to do a giveaway? I could manually count pages, but I could also just open the book randomly too. Just boom, this is what you're going to use. You ready to do? Okay. All right, you guys, we're going to use the same rules that apply at Dee Dee's. First number closest between 1 and 100 without going over. 5th strip. This one. You see a sunflower in that? I do like that bright yellow there, though, I have to say. Yellow and pink might be a good combination because you get some really pretty orange in there at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at the top up here. So, oh, yeah, I see that. You guys really have it. Wait for the go. Yeah, first number closest without going over between 1 and 100. And we're going to have, Kat, you're going to hate me, but you, Nat, can't ever really hate me because I love you. So we're going to have 4 winners. Okay. We'll pick 4 people. I guess I need to get some. And this is for everybody, international and domestic. Everybody, if you desire, can play. And I'll add some other junk in the envelope too. So good luck, everybody. Do you have any questions? Well, in my chat, it's not that big a deal, but try and not chat when the numbers are going by because it really makes it hard to kind of decipher out. So let me get the random number generator up here. Random number generator. Random.org. Yeah, everybody can play. And yeah, so good luck. But now that I can see that sunflower, Judy, I can't unsee it. Now it makes me want to try and create that from scratch. All right, here we've got the random number generator up. I'm going to type go in the chat. And if you want to get some of the washi tape, the DIY washi, I got too much stuff on my computer that I can't get to the thing. Okay, Kat, type go, 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 so I don't have to move all this stuff. When Kat types go ahead and put your number in. Because Kat be the boss of the world. Thanks, Kat. 4 people, and I'll write down winners. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Look at Christina sliding in with a 1. That's usually what I slide in with. And this morning, I can't believe Dee Dee got 100 on the dot. And Kat, after you see numbers stop, just go ahead and type in stop, and anything after stop won't count. So get your numbers in now, like right now, because Kat's going to type stop. My keyboard is like loaded up with junk. We're just waiting for Kat. Whenever she decides, she be's the boss of all of us. God, I'm glad I didn't spill that earlier. I am going to try yellow and pink. All right, Kat, you can type stop now. Thanks. All right, I'm going to quit moving these. First number closest without going over is 77. So everybody can go back and look through chat and see who came up closest. 77. Starla got 76. So Starla isn't one for sure. Starla, I have your address. Number 77. Missy, sorry you went over, dude. All right, that's all in the 70s. Looks like the next one, I can't believe it, is Dorothy with 65. Am I right? Nope, ink pulp. And oh, I should know your name. Ink pulp, I will need your address. Had 66. She didn't push Dorothy out of it yet. All right, now I'm going down into the 50s. I think it's Linda and Tim Rentz. But I'm going to wait and see if you guys agree with me. I think hers was 56. You're welcome, Ellen. Oh, that's right. That's right. Cheryl. Let me make sure I put it in my book. I'm almost sure I try to always remember to do that. Cheryl. Yep, inked pulp. Cheryl. I did you the decorated letter, right? Yep. Oh, and you know what? I meant to write a note in there when I sent that to you. the town that you live in is where my husband's uncle lived. And his wife worked for Roy Orbison. So it was fun to go back there to hear all the stories. Yeah, but yeah. So you got the package yesterday. You love the letter. Oh, good, Cheryl. Okay, Kat says Starla, Cheryl, Dorothy, and Linda and Tim. Okay, I got them right. All right, I have everybody's address, so I can be able to get these out of here pronto. And congrats to the winners, and I'm glad you want some of my crap that I just sit here and make up as I go along. All right, we're going to go ahead and get those other ones out, but then I want to do a yellow pink one. Okay, just because I can. And when I put these spray inks away, they probably won't come out for a while. But yeah, I'll try and get all the Happy Mail out by, well, tomorrow's, I don't have anything going on tomorrow, so I should be able to get them out Wednesday for sure. And only one international, which means I still have to go to the post office. You're welcome, Starla. Got here and scrolled back a bit, heard at least you weren't a dumbass your whole life. Did I didn't say that, Mary. That doesn't sound anything like me. I wouldn't go around saying you won't be a dumbass your whole life. I wouldn't. Wait, it depends on who I'm talking to. Then I might. I'm not a fan of these. I mean, they're going to be usable, but not a fan. The green is too, yeah, the green is icky. I'm going to probably go over these. I'm not going to even decorate these right now because some of it, like this one, I don't mind this one. This one's good. That one's pretty, but maybe I goofed up putting the brown on there, but it looks dirty to me. And we can't have dirty girl. But what I'll do, if I get it too dark, I'll go on to it with, like white ink or something. You did say it. CB, why are you telling on me? She just goes around and says everything. I'm glad I called her crazy at Dee Dee's this morning. All right, let's do some light colors. All right, another thing is the step after colors tend to be a little bit more muted. I do have the Dilutions colors, but their sprays are a little bit like the others. They're a little testy. So let me see which pink. That's red. Now, Seth After does have like a copper buff. That is really pretty. We'll add that. All right, where's the pink? Okay, the pink is Flamingo. I wanted to do yellow and pink. And then the Dilutions. All my Dilutions are pretty. They're almost used up. Do they even sell them anymore? The Dilutions inks? I imagine you can order them. But I don't see them at the hobby stores anymore. I suppose after you buy them once, you don't go back in and repeat buy them, so they've got to move them off. And look at CB in chat pointing out the obvious. Traumatized cactus. Something like that, Judio. Yeah, I'll figure out something, Devin. I've either got to go darker or like you only have lighter or darker, but I'll try some different things. Let's do yellow and pink on some of these. I'm glad I used up this paper. These are big ones, which I will cut down to more washi, probably in half, where you get more like 1/2 inch washi. These are going to be easier to work on for sure, which is awesome. Make sure, see that one I think is upside down. It was. Gotta look for the sheen. I'm gonna order some more washi of this washi paper. And the second batch I bought had a different finish than the first I bought, and I liked the first better. So I'm gonna reorder it and hope I get the finish more like the first ones that I got. Oh, now I can use a paper clip. Get me a paper clip. Giant. The Dilution ink sprays are available on Amazon in singles and in sets. Thanks, Kat. I'll give that a try, Bossy, but we'll see. Let's do this pink kind of scares me. Here, I did do some swatches. So, did I write on the back? Oh, there's a wild rose that is, I think, lighter than the flamingo. Maybe I should look for that. Nope, we're using flamingo. All right, here we go. If you like, oh man, this one's not, oh, there it goes. If you like vibrant colors, buy the Dilutions. They're awesome. That yellow is some sort of bright. And where they mix, you're going to get a really pretty orange. You could glue these swatched into your swatch book. I could, Bossy. Oh, Bossy! Oh my God, you just gave me another idea. I could do a section in my swatch book of washi tape. Just do like a 2-inch. Oh no, I didn't need no. Oh no. And you guys, that washi paper, that is the best stuff ever. And I don't know if I should tell you it's not expensive. It is expensive. It's kind of like coffee to me. I don't care how expensive it is. I'm going to collect aluminum until I can afford it. I'm not even kidding you. Now this is the copper buff. Look at that. Oh my God, that you're going to lick this when you see it. Like, I'm not even kidding you. Your tongue is going to be hanging out just going, give it to me. Just another tequila sunrise. Oh, this buff color, that is freaking magic in a bottle. So yeah, if you like sticker paper, and it's just so versatile, you can do so much with that washi sticker, and it does work good in your printer. Yeah. Look at that, how pretty. Oh my gosh. I'm wondering, is it good now, CB, or should I just try and overdo it a little bit? Should I add a little bit of the darker pink or just leave it? This is awfully pretty. Awfully, awfully pretty. I could maybe add just a little bit of the dark. I don't want CB to yell at me. No, actually, I don't care. Go ahead and yell at me, CB. I'm not going to listen anyway. More, more, more. Okay, good girl. Now you're talking my language. Let's add some of the darker pink. Where did I put that flamingo after I put it back down? That's pomegranate. Now the pomegranate is red, like really red. That's purple. I definitely don't want purple. I know I had two different colors. Well, maybe I'm on drugs. No, it was Wild Rose that was the darker one. All right. I'm not on drugs. Just a little bit of the darker. That copper stuff is so pretty. think I should add some more of that. Yeah, these are really pretty. Yeah, not on drugs yet. Yeah, I'm saving that for my old age, bossy. No stinking red. Isn't that true, Kat? Oh, God, I miss Jen. I did see a post the other day from her daughter, Mandy, and she looks like she's doing well. Like, yeah, she really does. She looks, and I haven't seen a picture of the kids, but she has the cutest kids. I wish Jen would get on a plane and get her butt back here with Squiz. All right, we're gonna let that. This is so pretty, you guys. All right, that's gonna take a minute or two to dry. So let's set that over here. And let's see if we take, where's that dark blue? And I do have, I think I have a white spray, but the white, it has to be, oh crap, what did I just do? It has to be very thick. So if any one of them is not going to spray, it's going to be the white or anything metallic. Let's see. Look at, got a white there, and it's Seth after. So, and then let's choose the darker of the two blues. Sea spray. No, it's the moon one. Yeah, blue moon. All right, let's try that. We either recover them or we just deal with the ugly. Sometimes you can work through the ugly. Sometimes you just have to deal with the ugly. And that's why some men get married. Aluminum is 70 cents a pound here. Copper is between. I know, Judy-O. That's why I always say collect aluminum. Because aluminum, recycled aluminum and copper has gotten very high priced. But I swear it has to be cheaper to recycle it than it is to mine it. So, but it just takes so much longer, you know, so many man hours involved in the whole recycling. All right. I want to find the most ugliest. That's the most ugliest. These are kind of ugly too. So let's, this one's not horrible. And these are not horrible. But this one that has the blue on it, I like that one with the blue on it. That one is really butt ugly. Yeah, the ones that have a little bit of blue on them, very okay. That one is going to end up in the trash if it doesn't start behaving. Or out in the yard. Just open the door and throw it out. All right. This one's pretty much butt ugly as well. I'm trying to uncurl them. Ugly. Ugly. Or fugly. All right. Now I'm going to have blue everywhere, but let's just go ahead and. Yep, that'll be everywhere before you know it. All right. And the color that's already down there probably won't move. It won't reactivate. And then this is Seth Apter's Antique Pearl. And you can see by the way it's settled that it's going to have some shimmery in it, and it might be really pretty. So keep your fingers crossed. Well, keep your fingers crossed that it'll even spray. Yep. Not looking promising. Yeah, this bad boy is definitely going to have to be taken apart. Come on. Yeah, I can't even get it to spray all the way down. So this one I'm going to have to take apart. But let's go ahead and just... What did I do with that other paintbrush? Oh, I stuck it in the water. And the water's probably so dirty by now, I definitely will contaminate everything. It doesn't look too bad. Let's go with it. Maybe I can lighten it up with this. Or I could get the copper out too. Because I don't know exactly how this is going to behave. See, it looks like it's absorbing the green right there. But it could be just an illusion too. It's fun playing with stuff that you already own and you didn't have to spend any money. I like that. All right. Before I overdo. Yeah, see, I think I can get this one spraying, but it is because of the solids in there, Bossy, I think. I'll go ahead and add some of this copper. Let's see how it behaves because it is lighter. Yo! That scared me. And I don't know if it's going to last or if it's going to be absorbed. This copper has definitely helped it. This I would actually rebuy. Let's see how it does when it's dry. These are fun. I'm going to put some in my Beast. But I'll try and make sure you guys get a good amount. Would be fun. All right, where's an ugly one? This one's but ugly. I just want to try an experiment here because I can. I'm going to do some blue. And then drop some of this white into it to see what it does. Let me pull you guys down. Because right now I'm just experimenting. It would be cool if it would stay like that. I don't think it's going to, but it would be cool if it did. There we go. Now we're getting some of that white stuff. Cool, eh? But see, by then it starts getting so dark that, of course, washi tape, who cares? You know? Yeah. But you can kind of see the shimmer. I don't know if you guys can see it so much as I can. All right. Now I've got this wet, so I can't really work on it. That was not the smartest thing. What is going on with my video? Is the video going crazy for you guys? Yeah, some of the supplies do get old. Tell me if the video is going crazy for you guys, because I don't know why it is. Okay, move the camera and it stopped. Okay. All right. I don't know why. Maybe I pinched a cord or something, because when I move the camera, it straightened itself out. All right, I think we're good now. Or maybe CB took over my camera. Crazy CB. All right, while it's still kind of wet, I think I can go ahead and splatter some of the black and the gold. So still got a little bit of gold here. That's going to need quite a bit of water. Now see, the gold is going to look good against this green and the brown. Yeah, it settled itself down. But for a while there, it was cuckoo crazy. And I guess while it's wet, let me try while I've got. You got to do it fast. Oh, now that's cool. I had a regular puddle there. All right, so this may be the way to blow it, is to splatter with a brush and then get right on it. That white is very cool, though, I have to say. All right, let me get some of these laying back down so they'll behave. We'll splatter with some black, and they can be drying because my time is almost up. So I'll go ahead and finish these in the yellow and pink. Let me get... I hope they didn't... Oh, good. My swatches didn't get in the black ink. That was a close call, man. The camera was zoomed in too far. I guess so, Cheryl. All right, let me get a little bit more black ink out here. All right. Use the black paintbrush for this. I am going to have a freaking mess to clean up, boys and girls. Just saying. I don't know. Maybe I could salvage these. They're not, I don't think they're completely unusable. That one might be where I got a little carried away. But yeah, I don't think I've made them unusable. But that white stuff after, now that it's dry and you can kind of see where I sprayed it, it's actually kind of silver. Oh, and I have some silver ink like the gold too. I could have used that on this, but I think the stuff after white is doing the same thing, honestly. I think we may have salvaged it. If you get it and you don't like it, find your nearest trash can and put it in. That's my free advice for you. If you don't like it, don't keep it. Or pass it on to somebody who you think might like it. That would be fine too. Because when I send you stuff in the mail, it's yours. You don't have to, yeah, I don't care what you do with it. Just don't sell it to the Chinese people. What the heck? Stop it, camera. I wasn't even zoomed in real far that time. I did have fun, Belinda, for sure. All right, let's see. Let me move this aside. I'm going to move this aside, and I'll pull over the other washies that because this is just an absolute mess. That's probably the camera is hating what I'm doing. And I'll pull over the other. No, it's fine. You can sit here. Yeah, I'll pull over the other ones. We'll look at them, and then I'll call it a day. And then the winners can look forward to their mail getting there, hopefully early next week. I hope. And these are all just sitting here in a pile on my computer, so I'll just spread them out, and you won't be looking at that nasty ass background that I had. Some of the skinnier ones got neglected, but that's okay. I can fix that, because I will go ahead in the next hour or so and use the stuff that I got out and not clean it up right away. And then the pink that I did first. I like the ruler rubber stamp. That's very fun. So yeah, I like the color combinations actually that we picked. And I think something just dropped. There it is. Oh, it wasn't wet. Good. So there's kind of up close. And I might get a stamp out and, you know, like I think this one would be really pretty with some red or pink stamping on it. So I may add stuff as I go. This one could definitely use something more. But since I've got the black ink out. Oh, and those are before I got the little credit card things out, aren't they? So on the ones that I think need some more stuff, I can go back in and just add here and there. Like that. That's just a big old blob. So if I want to disguise it, I'll just go ahead and do something to disguise it, and then it won't just look like a big old blob that I left there. So yeah, very fun. I like DIY washi. Thanks, Dorothy. Yeah, they're fun when you see them all together, right? Like this one could definitely use some little bit of black. And this one I used the pink. I did actually use that Seth After copper on it. So you can kind of see the shimmery here and there. It's very cool looking. Very cool looking. Yeah, this was not a bad idea. So after I get cleaned up a little bit, I'll get kind of an assembly line going where I can look at each one individually. And like this one, it's butt ugly, but I think if I use something white on it, I think I could salvage that. Now, do I want to spend that much time? I don't know. But yeah, we'll just see. And I may do some more in the morning since I don't have another project going right now, since I finished my swatch book. But now Bossy Butt has me thinking about swashing. Okay, this is going to be hard to say. Swashing. No. Swatching washi. Yeah. So I might be doing that, you know. Swashing. Oh my gosh. Give it up, girl. People are going to think you've been drinking. It is a tongue twister. CB, you taking off? All right, I'm going to call it a day too. I'm 2:45. But these are, yeah, I'm really happy with them. Let me show this one up front or up close. Now watch my camera go. Stop it, stop it. But yeah, when this is cut in half, yeah, it'll be fun. Just a mess of stuff. I like it. This one's more laid back, but I think well, you know what? No, I did add gold to them. Okay, because that one just didn't get any on it. This one's cool. All right, you guys. So if you want it today, just watch out in the mail. I'll get it out as soon as I can. And if I think of something awesome to add to it, I will. So you guys, I know your time is really valuable, and I really appreciate you guys spending it with me. So thank you so much for coming. Go have a great day. Try and be kind. And yeah, love you guys. See you Wednesday morning at Dee Dee's. No, I'll see you tomorrow morning at Kathy Berg's. All right. Love you guys. Give Tim a hug, Linda. All right. Love you guys. See you. Bye.